Chapter 10:59 Dog Shit Splits, Luck. Western Desert, on a certain trail. Kill these bastards. The money is all ours. Let's rob them. Guards, defend us. If these goods are lost, the clan will not let us off. Sounds of fighting could be heard. Around a sandy dune, a group of bandits and caravan members were fighting in an intense battle. This bandit group had been committing crimes in the desert for a long time. They were all human goo masters. They were fierce and experienced in battle. They were quite strong. In the merchant caravan, there were few humans. They were mostly feathermen. A portion of this group of featherman goo masters were standing on the ground guarding the goods, while some were flying in the sky, fighting the bandits. Waves of fiery attacks were unleashed. The temperature was rising. At times, wind blades were shot out, cutting the trail or directly into people, causing bloodshed. Western Desert was flourishing with firepath and windpath goo worms. Goo masters of these two paths were most common. After a moment, the bandits had the upper hand. They suffered little loss, but the merchant caravan was already heavy with casualties. Han Li was lying in a pile of goods. His body was covered in blood. His face was charred. He had been hit by a wind blade earlier during the intense battle. There was a deep and long injury on his chest, and it was still bleeding. His face was charred because a fire pellet had exploded around him. The hot debris had slammed into his face. Damn it! Am I going to die here today? The battle scene had Han Li filled despair. He had started his cultivation journey after much difficulties, becoming a goo master by chance. But he was chased out and could only be a vagrant. To survive, he joined this caravan as a member, but to think that such a merchant caravan would still be targeted by bandits. Run! This merchant caravan is finished. I am not going to die with them. Smart people will run with me. These feathermen are finished. Even if they return alive, they will be executed by the clan. The loss was assured. The merchant caravan members started to escape for themselves. They were all human goo masters employed to be guards. These fellows! Ignore them! Conserve our primeval essence. Even if we die, we will die fighting. The featherman goo masters gritted their teeth, saying angrily, "How can this be?" Han Li was dazed. He was very young and inexperienced. He could not react to the fact that these human goo masters were escaping. "Why are you not running?" A featherman goo master walked over and saw Han Li. Han Li gasped. He did not know what to do. He knew who this featherman goo master was. He was the leader of the caravan. Even though your cultivation level is low, in some ways you are far superior to those escaping humans. The featherman leader sighed before patting Han Li's shoulder. His hand flashed with light. He patted Han Li's shoulder 3 times. His injuries healed at once. Amazing! This is the might of a rank 4 goo master? Han Li was shocked. He wanted to express his gratitude, but the featherman leader had already charged into the battlefield. The front lines were in a critical state already. The featherman leader had to join the fight. Once the rank 4 goo master attacked, the bandits suffered huge losses. Many fell off their horses. Among the bandit group, there were rank 4 experts too, but they were sitting at the back, watching coldly with icy smiles on their faces. The featherman leader quickly controlled the battlefield. He killed many enemies. Han Li watched with much enthusiasm, while the other feathermen praised loudly. But the featherman leader's state of mind was turning grim. He knew that the enemy was ruthless. They were using cannon fodder to waste his primeval essence. When the true bandit experts appear, he would have less primeval essence. He would be at a disadvantage. Whoosh! At this time, wind could be heard from afar. The wind was huge and grand, like the howling of a desolate beast. Everyone looked over as someone shouted, "Oh no! It is a golden thread tornado!" The tornadoes in Western Desert were split into golden thread, silver thread, bronze thread, and so on in decreasing order of strength. Golden thread tornadoes were the strongest. Even a rank 4 goo master would perish if they got trapped in them. The feathermen panicked. The bandits also panicked, like gunpowder that had been ignited. They shouted loudly as they charged towards the caravan. They wanted to take down the merchant caravan before the golden thread tornado appeared, to take the precious goods and leave. "Hold on," the Featherman leader shouted. Even though the tornado was dangerous and Featherman Goo Masters would still likely die in it, they were able to naturally fly. They would be in a much better situation than the humans. This intense battle reached the climax. Every moment, people lost their lives. Han Li was hiding in between the goods as he defended them. He had low cultivation level. He was not a significant target. The bandits did not think of him as a threat. Han Li was indeed not a threat. When his primeval essence was expended, he was no different from a powerless mortal. Few of the fire pellets and wind blades hit Han Li because he was near the goods, and both parties did not want to ruin the goods. The tornado moved quickly. It was still far away earlier, but now it was already close to the battlefield. Winds howled, sand flew in the air. When hitting against Han Li's body, he felt numb and pain. "Retreat!" Even though he was unwilling, the astute bandit leader called out, choosing to retreat. The bandits moved like the wind. Even though they were injured and had blood-red eyes, they left quickly. "Quickly! Move these goods away!" The Featherman leader had severe injuries, but he still placed his focus on the goods first. The Feathermen quickly saved the goods. Nobody cared about Han Li. The tornado assaulted. Han Li could not save himself. He was sucked into it. Many Feathermen and large amounts of goods followed after him. Han Li was swept into the tornado. His vision was spinning. He could not tell which direction he was facing. He was like a flower, flying along with the raging winds. He was in danger of dying. Bam! He did not know whether he had hit a rock or some goods, but he fainted at once. After a long time, he slowly woke up. "Young man, you are finally awake." An old man was sitting beside him, speaking faintly. Who are you?" Han Li was still in a daze. He looked around and realized that he was lying on sand. There were rocks, corpses, and goods scattered around him. "The tornado stopped? I survived?" Han Li was stunned before bursting out in joy. "If I did not save you, how could you survive?" The old man smiled. "Thank you, senior, for saving my life." Han Li quickly paid respects, sincerely expressing his gratitude. The old man nodded in appreciation. "Back in the day, before becoming an immortal, I was just like you. Today, the tornado that you got swept into was caused by me. I lost my bet with Tianjin after all. Before dying, I will impart the true inheritance of my entire life to you." Central Continent, inside Broken Sword Valley. "Where is Sword Chigu?" "Chase! This Sword Chigu is mine. Don't think of snatching it away." A group of Gu masters were shouting. They formed into a stream of people as they charged into the valley. "Lad, don't block us. Anyone who gets in our way will die." Hong Yi was outside of Broken Sword Valley when he saw a group of frenzied Gu masters charging towards him. Among them were rank 3 and 4 experts. Hong Yi's expression paled. He quickly escaped as he moved out of their way. A group of Gu masters whipped a dust storm, running past Hong Yi's body rapidly. What is going on?" Hong Yi muttered. His heart was still pounding. Listening to a conversation among some people passing by explained the situation to him. "I heard there is a rank 4 sword Chigu. No wonder so many people are going after it. Let's go quickly. We might be able to encounter a rank 4 sword Chigu." Wishful thinking. How long has it been since this Broken Sword Valley was created? There might be only one rank 4 sword Chigu. Don't even think about it. Sword Chigu, rank 4? Hong Yi's heart shook. A look of envy appeared on his face. He quickly ran into the valley. He had explored this valley before, but earlier it was not like this. As it turned out, before the Battle of Yitian Mountain, when immortal zombie Bo Ching awakened, he had shot out countless sword lights from under falling Heavenly River. One sword light landed here, cutting this mountain into 2, creating the shape of this valley. This was the origin of Broken Sword Valley. Initially, people did not pay attention to it, But soon, Central Continent goo masters realized that this valley was producing wild swordpath goo worms. As it turned out, the swordlight was not ordinary. Every swordlight contained swordpath Dao marks. After the swordlight landed here, swordpath Dao marks were carved into the valley. A special location was created, and many wild swordpath goo worms were slowly produced here. This fact could not be concealed. More and more goo masters came here to find treasures. Earlier, a rank 4 sword Shigu was found by someone, creating a huge commotion for everyone. Rank 4 wild goo worms are extremely rare. Even if I encounter one, I would not be able to catch it. It is too dangerous, Hong Yi thought as he carefully explored this valley. He moved away from the crowd. In an ordinary-looking location, he saw something shocking. It was a common caterpillar molting. But the thing was, the caterpillar's skin was shining. Hong Yi was stunned before recognizing this scene. He was overjoyed. Such luck! I actually came during the moment when the insect becomes a goo. This aura it is emitting is so strong. Is it rank 4 or rank 5? Hong Yi could not wait for the caterpillar to finish molting. He quickly grabbed it in his hands. He immediately moved away to a safer location, activating his primeval essence and refining it. A moment later, he succeeded in refining it. He obtained a very strange rank 5 swordpath goo worm. It was black and palm-sized. It looked like a miniature sword sheath of iron. Rank 5 sword sheath goo. What's the use of this goo? Even though I obtained a rank 5 goo, my primeval essence can't activate it. Hong Yi sighed to himself, when suddenly he saw a swordpath goo worm coming out of a bush near him. It flew slowly towards him and entered the sword sheath goo in his hand. Hong Yi was shocked. At once he was speechless. Southern border, on a nameless, small mountain. It was nighttime. A huge rainstorm was pouring down. Shangxin Ci, your life ends here today. A muscular man walked toward the peak with his arms behind his back. There were 3 goo masters defending themselves. 1 male, 2 females. One female goo master was heavily injured. She was Shangxin Shi's servant, Xiaolan. The other female goo master had long, silky black hair flowing like a waterfall. Her skin was white like snow. She was extremely beautiful. It was Shangxin Ci. Seeing the person approaching, Shangxin Ci smiled bitterly. Shang Bishi, to think that it was really you. Why do you need to fight to the death with me? Shang Bishi laughed loudly. Father died, elder brother died, Chao Feng also died. As long as I kill you, 8th brother will ascend to the position of Shang clan leader. Thus you must die today. Shangxin. Ci heard these words and her body shook. She almost fell to the ground, as if an invisible force had pushed her. She said in a mournful tone, for the position of clan leader, Shang Pu Lao is truly so cold-hearted and cruel? Shang Bishi smiled coldly. Yes, you saved 8th brother's life before, but so what? You want him to repay you with kindness and hand over the position of clan leader? Shang clan leader has authority over the entire city. You have undue benevolence. How can you compete with 8th brother? Shangxin. Ci shook her head. When I saved him, I did not think of fighting for the position of clan leader. Exactly. That is why you are in this state right now. Ha 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 ha. Shang Bishi continued. Lady Xin Ci, what's the need to talk to this scumbag? Yafan was frowning. His tone expressed his utter hatred and disgust towards Shang Bishi. Young master, yeah, you should leave. He only wants my life. I will give it to him. You are not involved in this. Don't interfere. Quickly leave. Shangxin Ci pushed Yafan's back, urging him to leave. I will not go, Yafan shouted. Lady Xin Ci, you were the one who saved me. A droplet received in need will be repaid with a whole spring. How can I abandon you? How touching. But you won't be able to leave even if you want to. Today, all 3 of you will die. Shangxin Ci, you are still so naive. If I do not kill all of you, wouldn't the survivors tarnish 8th brother's reputation in the future? Shang Bishi said as he got closer. Yafan gritted his teeth. Even though he was heavily injured and could not stand straight, He stood in front of Shang Xin Ci. A brave man, Shang Bi Shi commented, before pushing as Ye Fan fell to the ground. If you were in your peak condition, I would have to be wary of you. But your primeval essence has been used up. You are no threat. Ha 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 ha. Shang Bi Shi laughed as he approached Shang Xin Ci. Shang Xin Ci shut her eyes, giving up any futile resistance. Before dying in the depths of her heart, the figure of a man appeared. One thought emerged in her mind. If I could see him one last time before dying, how good would that be? But even after waiting for a while, she did not feel Shang Bi Shi's attack. Shang Xin Ci opened her eyes in confusion. She only saw that Shang Bi Shi was some steps in front of her, not moving at all. He was stiff as a statue. An expression of fear was frozen on his face. For simply some authority and wealth, you disregarded kinship. You are truly a disgrace to Shang clan. A female immortal appeared. You are? Shang Xin Ci was shocked. The female immortal looked at Shang Xin Ci with approval, saying warmly, "Don't be afraid, I am an ancestor of Shang clan, Shang Qingqing. I have decided from now onwards, you will assume the role of Shang clan leader."